What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We've got another early video for the Vikings versus the Chicago Bears Monday Night Football game. I'm going to give you guys my favorite pick for the game, and I'm also going to give you guys 4 player props from that game. So make sure you guys do stick around to the end. We're going to lock in these slips live on video, and you guys can choose to tell whether or not you want to take them. All right, guys, so before we jump into this Monday Night Football game, we do have to pick a winner from our college football video to win a free month of VIP. And if you're new to the channel's been blowing up these last few days, so if you are new here, I do this in every single video. If the video gets 200 likes, I'll pick a random comment down below to win a free month of VIP. So what happens is the random comment generator picks a random comment. Whoever it picks gets a free month, which is worth $25. I do that in every single video. So if you guys are interested in that, like the video, leave a comment, and let's go ahead and pick our winner from this video. I do want to say, if this video gets 500 likes, I'll drop my free Week 2 NFL kicker slip in the Discord for free. So you guys can get a free 10x kicker slip for next week's NFL games. This week's has already been dropped in the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It is free to join. And let's go ahead and pick our winner. The winner is going to be for Dr. Gibbs, who said love those sweat-free bets. Well, Dr. Gibbs, you're always showing love on the channel. It doesn't go unnoticed, I promise. I really do appreciate it. Please send me a message on Discord. I will get you added for a free month. And yeah, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these wins from Saturday college football. So college football was good to us again. I gave this slip for free. You guys watched yesterday's video? You got this slip for free. We cashed it sweat-free, man. This almost cashed at halftime. Sawyer Robertson for Baylor, then Kevin Jennings for SMU. That game was a shootout like I expected it to be. This is in the third quarter, 24-21. That was like almost a 90-point game, man. That game was extremely high scoring. That cashed easy, 250 to win 645. This one, I don't know why this is so small, but anyways, we played a teaser for Oklahoma. Told you guys I had Oklahoma versus Michigan. Oklahoma pulled out the dub. I teased it with Oklahoma +3 and the teaser for the under on that game. That cashed us. It's only a $50 win on that one. Didn't play very heavy on it. I did play Baylor and Illinois teaser. Won $500 profit on that little teaser we had. Another teaser for Iowa State and the under 43. Sorry, I'm struggling to talk for some reason. But anyways, won $500 on that slip. We had another Angeli and Holstein slip on parlay play, 100 to win 215. Michigan State, Mississippi State, and Oklahoma yesterday won another $750 there. And then obviously here's a Kentucky teaser, which I gave you guys for free in the video, or I told you guys I like Kentucky spread anyway. I didn't give this teaser for free, but told you guys I like the Kentucky spread +10. And ended up cashing. So here's what we have for the weekend so far, guys. I got it set to 7 days, but 90% of this is just from Saturday and Friday and Thursday. So we're up $3,600 on these teasers on Bovada as of this last week. So we've been killing it, guys. If you guys do want to get all of our plays, you know where to go. Link to our WAP is down in the description. You can get every single slip we post, every teaser we post, every money line, every mod play. It's in our Discord. Before anybody says anything, the Discord is free to join. There's just a VIP section of the Discord that you get all the plays in if you guys do pay the fee, which is $25 a month or $10 a week. So it's less than $1 a day if you guys do want to get in there. You can get a free month signing up for any partnered app. They're all linked down in the description. Parlay Play, Chalkboard, Prizepicks, Sleeper, Underdog, Better, Novig, Dabble. Any of those apps get you a free month. If you sign up to them, just let me know. I'll get you up to 8 full months for free if you sign up for every app. So just want to throw that out there, guys. Let's jump into some of these plays, and let's take a look at this Monday Night Football game. So what we have in this game, obviously, we got the Vikings playing in Chicago versus the Bears. I know this is at the bottom of the screen. I can't scroll down any lower to get this up higher, so I apologize for that. But right now, looking at it, Chicago is +110 odds on Novig. Minnesota -110 favorites in this game. They're -1.5 on the spread for Minnesota to win, which is +100 odds. The over on this game is currently sitting at 43.5, which is -107 to go over this number. So looking at the public betting on this, 59% of the bets, 68% of the money have the Vikings winning this game. And then you got 49% of the bets and 76% of the money on the Vikings -1.5, which is a +100 spread, which that's pretty good value you're getting right there on Profit X. The total in this game, you got majority of the money and majority of the bets taking the under on here. 79% of the money is on the under 43.5, and Man, I don't know how I feel, man. 43.5 is pretty low for this total. In terms of, do I trust taking the over? Probably not, but we'll talk about this game first, and then we'll figure it out. So first of all, let's look at how these teams matched up against each other last year. Last year, Minnesota won game 1 30-27, and then in game two they won at home 30-12. So they beat them in both games last year. Obviously had Sam Darnold at quarterback. If we take a look at how the Vikings are looking this season, man, the Vikings offense, to me personally, looks like it is going to be pretty dang strong. Now, obviously, they have J.J. McCarthy from Michigan at quarterback. Now, if you look at this, we don't really know what we're going to see from McCarthy. I don't know if he's going to be a bust. He could be insanely good this year. I don't know, man. It's hard to think he's going to be insanely good, but I will say this. Sam Darnold had a killer season last year, and they liked McCarthy more than Sam Darnold enough to let Sam Darnold go. And McCarthy was supposed to be the starter last year. He got injured in preseason, a knee injury or something like that, and Darnold ended up playing the season. And Darnold had a lights-out season. Vikings were 14-3. We can take a look at the Vikings. They were 14-3 last season, 8-1 at home, 6-2 on the road, playoff team. Like, they were a good team, man. It's hard to say the Vikings were obviously you can't say the Vikings were bad. They were 14-3, very, very good team. So the fact that they were willing to get rid of Sam Darnold to let McCarthy start this season shows me that this team wants to build around J.J. McCarthy, and they have a team that could be built around McCarthy if McCarthy shows out. So let's take a look at the running backs. Aaron Jones. They picked up Jordan Mason, 2 running backs that could be good. Aaron Jones made me a ton of money last year. I have to say that. So Aaron Jones, I'm pretty fond of him and Derrick Henry both. They got Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Naylor. They got a great wide receiver core for McCarthy. They got some decent running backs as well. Like, this team's offense looks very, very good. If we look at the Chicago Bears side of things, Caleb Williams, obviously, Tyson Bagent as the second string quarterback. Let's talk about Bagent real quick because I don't know what I'm expecting from Caleb Williams. This coaching staff has hyped Bagent up all season long for the most part, and I wasn't very impressed with Caleb Williams in the little bit of preseason he got. I don't know if they're expecting Caleb Williams to just not fit with this team well enough with the coaching staff, and maybe Bagent gets more playing time this season. I don't really know what to expect from that either. Now, Caleb Williams obviously can be a great quarterback, dual threat, runs the ball, throws the ball, whatever. He has some decent receivers. DeAndre Swift is a running back, man. I'm not a huge Swift fan, but Swift he's not a bad back by any means. They got Odunze, they got amongst some others. Offensively, compared to the Vikings, even with Caleb Williams at quarterback, I see the Vikings as a bigger threat on offense. And looking at the defense, we can look at the defense from last season. I know you have to take this with a grain of salt. This is week 1. Both teams get some new characters on both sides of the ball. But looking at the defense, man, Bears last year, 27th ranked defense in terms of yards per game allowed, giving up 354 total yards on offense. And then if you look at the Vikings, they were 16th. They gave up 335 yards per game on offense. So neither team had a super standout defense. I will say the Minnesota Vikings rushing defense looked pretty good, but overall, man, even their passing defense was pretty weak. Like, we don't know what we're going to see this season for both sides. Now, that being said, we can take a look at how Sam Darnold performed versus the Bears last season. And that's something I'm kind of taking into consideration, because if they think Darnold is not as good as McCarthy, and I'm not saying that McCarthy's going to be better this season than Darnold was last season, but what I'm saying is they see the potential there, or they would have kept Sam Darnold and extended his contract. So that being said, taking a look at this game, 330 yards last season versus, if I can find the game versus the Bears. I know one game he had like 330 yards. Right here, 330 on the dot passing yards in his first game versus Chicago last season. And then the second game last season, he threw for 231. So both yards combined, you got 560 divided by 2. So you're sitting right at 280 yards per game on average in terms of passing, which is pretty dang good versus the team. And we ain't got to look at this, obviously, because this is versus San Francisco. But just want to take a look at how Sam Darnold performed versus them last season without pulling up 20 other websites. But anyways, if you guys are curious what website I'm using a website called Outlier.bet. You can get a 7-day free trial with a link in the description if you want to try it out. So this is what I use for majority of my research, just throwing it out there. But Sam Darnold had a lot of success versus the Bears last season. I'm going to take a chance on McCarthy. In this game, I'm taking the Vikings. And this game's very close. In terms of odds, it's pretty much coin flipped. A lot of people are on the Vikings in terms of these pick 'em apps. For my pick 'em, I'm just going to roll with the Vikings, man. I don't see enough from the Bears right now to prove me otherwise. And if I get bit in the butt on this one, it is what it is, man. I'm just going to trust my gut. I like the Vikings team better. I think they have a better offense. I think they're going to have a better defense. And I just think overall they're the better team. So going to trust J.J. McCarthy in this one. And I'm going to take the Vikings money line or -1.5 spread. I'll probably run their spread for +100. And then the total on this one, I'll probably fade the total just because I don't know what we're going to see from either offense. Both defenses were weak last season. So I could see the over on this total. I'm going to be honest with you. But never know what we're going to see from J.J. McCarthy. He could come out there and be terrible. And yeah, who knows? But anyways, that being said, guys, what we're going to do right now is we're going to jump into some player props. I'm going to pull these player props both up on Parlay Play and on Prizepicks. You guys can choose the app that you want to play them on. I will say right now, if you guys do choose to try some new apps out, we have Parlay Play and we have Chalkboard right now. Chalkboard is willing to give you $20 for free just by using code Fantasy Aces. You don't have to make a deposit. You don't have to do anything. You just sign up for Chalkboard, code Fantasy Aces, and they give you $20. Parlay plays the same way. It's just not quite as much as Chalkboard. They give you $5 for free. But both apps give you a deposit match and you get free VIP. So there's no point not to sign up for them if you don't already, guys. You get a free $25 for both of them and you get 2 months of VIP. So no brainer there. But that being said, let's jump into some player props for these games, guys. So the first one that I have for today is going to be for our man Aaron Jones. I told you guys Aaron Jones was a money maker for me last season. I'm expecting the same thing, especially with the new quarterback. Now, there is some risk with Aaron Jones this season. And the reason I say that is they picked up Jordan Mason. So Aaron Jones, 56% of the rush share last year. I don't know that he's going to get that this year. And the reason I say that is if you pull up Jordan Mason, we'll pull him up over here on Prizepicks first of all. Jordan Mason, 41.5 rush yards is his line. Okay, let's pull up Aaron Jones and look at his line. Aaron Jones' line is sitting at 50.5 rush yards. So they have almost the exact same rush yards. So Vegas is pretty much looking at this and saying Mason's probably going to get almost as many snaps as Aaron Jones. And maybe not. Maybe that's not how this goes. But there is going to be a little bit of risk on this one. So what I like for Aaron Jones is right now his normal line on Parlay Play is sitting at 46.5. You guys can see here, you're going to get a 1.8x payout, which is higher than Prizepicks, and it's 4 points lower. So you're getting a much better value right now on Parlay Play than you would on Prizepicks. So I highly recommend you lock it in there if you don't already. But 46.5, man, that's a pretty good line in my opinion. If we pull Aaron Jones up and look at his rushing yards from last season, let's find this at 46.5. He cashed at 7 of his last 10. He cashed at 72% of games last season. He averaged 66 rushing yards per game versus the Bears. 3 of his last 4 games, he's had almost 100 yards. He had 111, 106, and 86 in his last 3. Both games last season, he had 106 and 86. He's averaging 86 over 4 games. Look at the Bears' rushing defense. They have one of the worst rushing defenses in the league, giving up 136 rushing yards per game. To the running back, they had the worst rushing defense in the league, giving up 120 yards to just running back. So it's a team that couldn't stop the run last season. Obviously, if you look at rush attempts, Aaron Jones had over 20 in a couple of these games. So getting a lot of rush attempts, even if you cut that in half and give him 12 or 11 or 12 rush attempts, which I think he gets more than that anyway, half of that is still around 50. I mean, I know that's kind of coin flipping if you're playing it that way, but I see Aaron Jones as a threat for this defense. Just in case McCarthy has a bad game, I think Aaron Jones can make up for it. And I think he's going to be a great pick tonight or tomorrow night versus the Bears. So Aaron Jones, 46.5 rushing yards is my first pick of the day. You can buy him down to 39.5, 29.5 if you want. If he gets 40, I think he's going to get 47. That's just me personally. I know it's a 7-yard difference. Pretty big difference, but there's a huge difference in payout here as well. 1.4x versus 1.8x. For 7 extra yards, the 0.4x value is just way better. So that's what I'm going to do. It's up to you guys. You guys can take whatever you want. Obviously, if you don't like a play, follow your gut and play what you like and fade what you don't. But Aaron Jones is pick number 1. Who am I going to pair him with? I'm going to pair him with DeAndre Swift. Okay. There we go. So DeAndre Swift over 1.5 receptions. Now, this one's not going to be a super high payout. This one's going to be kind of a goblin payout. It's going to be a 1.3x if you get it on Parlay Play right now. So receptions over 1.5. His original line's 2.5, and he's cashed this line in 11 of 17 games last season, 65% of games. So this is a team, they threw the ball 60% last season. They ran the ball 41% or 40. That definitely doesn't add up to be 100%, but it's 40% and 60% is what we're looking, or maybe 59 and 41. And this is just not showing the correct math. But anyways, they did pass the ball majority of the time. Now, if you look at our man DeAndre Swift, he averaged 3.1 targets per game last season, averaged 2.5 receptions per game 81% of the time. So a lot of these games, he's getting 3, 4, 5 targets. If you look at him versus Minnesota, he cashed it one of his last 2. He had 3 in game 1 and 1 in game 2. He had 4 targets in game 1 and 1 target in game 2. So it just depends on how much success they're having. I expect Swift to get a couple of targets. Hopefully he doesn't drop one. I'm going to assume he gets 2. That's what I'm going to that's what I feel like he gets. I think he's going to get 2. He might get more, but I think he gets at least 2. And if he gets at least 2, I'm hoping he can catch both these little screen passes. That's what I'm expecting from a man DeAndre Swift. He cashed me a lot on this line last season. He chalked me some too, I won't lie. There's a couple of these games I took him and he got 1. But there's a lot of these games I took him and he got 7, 6, 3. Like, I played DeAndre Swift receptions quite a bit last season, and he did me well. If you look at Minnesota receptions defense, and pause on what I just said. But anyways, if you look at Minnesota receptions defense, average 24.4 per game, 31st ranked in the league. And then versus running backs, they average 4 per game, 11th ranked in the league. So pretty decent versus running backs overall. They give up a lot of passing yards, so it is what it is. But anyways, DeAndre Swift is the second pick of the day. You can get him on Prizepicks. You can get him on parlay play, underdog, whatever you guys want to play it on. Just pick the app you prefer. My preferred app right now is parlay play. As you guys can see, I keep pretty large bankroll on parlay play, and that's with 3 slips locked in already. So 1.5 receptions. This is going to give you a 2.3x. So 250 is going to win you 590 if you played that. 25 would win you $59. If we played this on parlay play or on Prizepicks, I mean, Swift receptions 1.5. This gives you a 2.25x, and that's with Aaron Jones at a higher number. So you got better payout on parlay play with lower numbers. So there's just no reason not to play it. We're going to add the other 2 picks to this just to make a 4-man, and then we're going to see what the payout is and just take a look at the difference in value across the board. Because I will say the next 2 picks are both from the Vikings side of things, which means we can't lock these in two-man slips because you can't have 2 Vikings players together. So we're going to have to kind of play around. Maybe I give a 5th prop or find a 5th prop or something like that. But here's what we're going to look up. The next one's going to be for our man J.J. McCarthy. I told you guys I'm taking a chance on McCarthy with – he's not on the board. Okay. So I can't pull up his stats because he has 0 stats in any category because obviously this is the first time he's ever going to start in the NFL. So pull up J.J. McCarthy right here. I got him at 220.5 passing yards. It's 225 on Prizepicks. I'm pretty sure – parlay play has him at 220, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, 220 for better payout, man. Why? Prizepicks is not the move right now for NFL. This gives us a 3.8x payout. This gives us a 4.25, but the value on 2 of the plays are lower. I'm still confused at how the payout is lower on this one when... Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure why the payout's lower on parlay play with this when 2 of them have a higher. I feel like we're getting a little bit scammed on some of these multipliers. But anyways, you do get better value on both these plays on parlay play, so might as well take them there, in my opinion, lower numbers. But anyways, I like J.J. McCarthy to throw for 220 just by looking at what Sam Darnold did last year, 280 yards passing per game. He's got some insanely good receivers, man. He's got some really good receivers, and leading up to that, I'm going to show you a receiver that I like. It's going to be Adam Thielen. I think Adam Thielen is going to be really good for this offense. So they got Justin Jefferson, obviously. They got Adam Thielen. They got Naylor. I think Thielen's going to have a good game. His line sits at 24.5 right now. You can get him at 24.5 on pretty much all these apps. His original line is 32.5 if you want to take it there. I think he covers it, but I am buying it down slightly. This will give us a 5.6x if we play them all together. But Thielen. There's not much of a write-up I can do for McCarthy, by the way, just because of so 5.5x on Prizepicks, 5.6x on parlay play, but they're better numbers, so it's still better on parlay play to play these $1,400 payout off 250. So what I was going to say, I think Thielen has a good game. Obviously, he's coming from the Panthers. Traded over to the Vikings. The Vikings got McCarthy at quarterback. We've already talked about. They've got Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson's line is really, really high, by the way. They're obviously going to try to lock down Jefferson. I think Thielen's going to have a good game, man. I think he's going to get some opportunities. He averaged 6.2 targets per game last season for the Panthers. A lot of these games over 100, or a couple of these games over 100 receiving yards. He averaged 61 receiving yards per game last year, 61.5 to be exact. And if you look at does this show Carolina at Jacksonville? So it's still showing him for the Panthers on here, but then it shows him for Minnesota, but then it shows the data for Jacksonville. So I was about to say the Bears have the 32nd ranked defense passing from last season, but I knew that wasn't correct. And I looked up and saw Jacksonville. Anyway, that just messed me up. Sorry for the pause there. But anyways, I think Thielen has a good game. I think he cashes this out, and I'm going to be locking him in over 24.5. So I'm going to lock this in 2-mans. I'm going to lock these two in together, and then I'm going to lock these in as a 4-man as well. So I'm going to lock this in right here for you guys live on video. And then we're going to go type in Aaron Jones. We're going to get him at 46.5 again. And we're going to pair him with Swift receptions one more time. Because I like both those plays enough to play them twice. And I did not mean to hit 2.5 receptions. But right there, and then I'm going to put 250 on this slip as well. We're going to lock it in live. So right now we have 5 slips open for a total payout of $5,500. If somehow we were to sweep these plays, we would end up with over $11K in our bank account or in our parlay play account, which would be nice. But regardless, guys, that's what I've got for today for the player props. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. We got Aaron Jones rushing yards, DeAndre Swift receptions, McCarthy passing yards, and then Adam Thielen receiving yards. I'm going to play Thielen in another slip because I like it enough to do that. Probably not going to play McCarthy more than once. I may sprinkle him in something else tomorrow if I find some value that I like. But that's what I've got for today, guys. Hopefully we can cash all these slips. Once again, leave a like and comment on this video for a chance of free VIP. And if we get 500 likes, I'm going to give you guys a free 4-man kicker slip for Week 2 NFL, which will be posted for free in the Discord. So join the Discord if you haven't. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.